Hi, welcome to the Love Direction class. We're so happy that you're here with us. I'm Liz Larson, and I'm here with Bill McKenna, and we're the creators of the Cognomovement system. We want to wholeheartedly welcome you to this mini training on what we call the Love Direction. This refers to a very unique to you, neurological position in your body that creates a feeling of love, actually love. It's a very high vibration, meaning it has a lot of energy that is very resourceful for and to you and to your life. This neurological situation is turned on by your brain and your body to create really great things in your life. First, it just feels good. It feels great, actually. And it turns on an electrical hormonal pattern of well-being, of calm, of positive energy, of great mood, and of a feeling of love for yourself and for the world around you. This includes humans that you may not be particularly happy with at the moment, that you may not like, even some that you might hate. But it also includes humans that are really, really important to you, that you want them to know that you love them and care about them. So it encompasses really all of them. It opens up the availability for you to feel compassion for those that are actually problematic in your life. This is the exact specific thing that many of the great teachers, the Buddhas of the world, the Jesuses of the world, have been trying to teach throughout the ages. There's always been a big problem with it. It's the how. If I don't like them, if I'm mad at that situation, if I'm angry or hurt or betrayed by them, how do I get to compassion or much less love? It almost seemed impossible to get from there to here in any time frame that made sense at all. So when you're in shame or guilt or anger or fear, those are really heavy emotions that don't feel easy to just pop out of and change your mind, your logical mind, into love. So what Bill and I have done with the Cognomovement system is created a way, the actual how, that you can shift from some of those lower level energies into this high vibrational feeling of love very quickly and very permanently. So the question has always been how, and we've created that how for you.
The problem with these situations that are these reactions that we all have is that we're stuck. I feel how I feel. It is what it is. And trying to talk yourself out of it is something that's just nearly impossible. I can do it for a few minutes, and then guess what? That person or that situation, as I relax and I get distracted, comes back to mind. This actually creates a reality around me that's equal to the feeling. For all of us, we've been in positions where we're kind of a little bit irritated, and then we go to the mall or the grocery store and we run into the equal to it. The world reflects this back to us. We run into undesirables, shall we say. Now, this situation, it's worth changing because there's been times in your life where you feel great. And with that, the world reflected it as well. The secret through all of this is that it's changed through your nervous system. And we're going to show you the way to do this. It's not only a way to change it and become neutral, we're talking about a great feeling. And the world treats us how we feel, not how they should. This is a practical method that's based within your physical body.
So here's the key. The nervous system holds the secret. Your nervous system is essentially your subconscious. It's accessible and adjustable through its own inputs, how it takes in information, your eyes, your ears, your skin, and it's adjustable through its own reactions, your feelings, your emotions, and your sensations. For all these ages, for as long as we've known the term subconscious or something like it, we have thought that it was inaccessible and hidden from us. What we're going to show you next shows you that it's absolutely accessible and not hidden at all. So in this mini training, we'll begin to show you how to access some of these inputs and how it will not only change how you feel, but it'll change your level of awareness or consciousness and really how you exist on the planet. So let's get started. You're going to need a piece of paper, something to write on, and a pen or pencil. So if you need to pause the video to grab that, do it now. It's important. So if you have your pen and your pencil, or your pencil and your paper, what you're going to write on it is 2 or 3 issues that are currently problematic for you, currently bothering you. And you're also going to write something that you want to manifest in your life, something you want to create, something good. So the issues, the problems, they can be a person or they can be a situation. So when you write them down, we're going to use those later. I'm going to have you set them aside. Next, we're going to ask you a series of questions. And during this part, we ask you to put the pencil or pen down so that we have your full attention. You're going to be shown a graph on the screen. It's simply for reference. I don't want you to get sidetracked by the graph. We'll use that a bit later too. We don't want you to focus on it. We're going to have you use it for a directional reference. So an up to the left and up to the right, a down to the left, a down to the right reference. So this means that the colors you'll see, the images you're going to see, there's no meaning to them. There's no secret meaning to them. There's no right or wrong. We simply want you to use it as a direction. The directions are this. You're going to let your eyes focus softly, but not directly at the screen. As we ask each of these questions, gently notice, where do your eyes naturally want to move when you think about the answer to the question? This is not a trying game. This is just an allowing your body to do what it naturally does. So just let your mind move to the answer and your eyes may move with it. It's very, very natural process that your brain uses to access files. That's the secret number 1 revealed. Your eyes access the files in your brain, including your memories. But that's not the only place in your body that holds your memories and or their meanings. Next, as you hear us ask you these questions, you're going to let yourself focus on the answer to the question and begin to notice a second location, somewhere in your body where you start to feel this memory. Where does your body get active is another way to say this. That's secret number 2. Your body actually holds the meaning to your memories through sensation.
Okay, so let's begin the exercise. I want you to simply put your head straight forward and level and ask yourself this. What is a pet? If you've ever had a pet that you really adore, take yourself back to a time when you could really feel it. Really feel it. Notice as you're doing this, where do your eyes naturally want to dart? Just allow yourself to go to the time, go to the place where you really experienced a great feeling. Say the pet's name out loud. Note this for yourself mentally. In what quadrant was it? This is question number 2. Is there someone in your life, when you think about non-romantic love, let's say a friend, a grandparent, someone in your life that, they represent that for me. Take yourself to a time and a place that you could really feel that you had a great experience. Just allow the feeling and allow yourself to go there. Notice the feeling in your body. Notice the darting of your eyes. Where was that when I go there? Now, question number 3. Is there a place that I like to call it my happy place, a place you go on vacation, a place that maybe is just beautiful that you visited and you long to go back? Notice again, take yourself there. Notice the feeling. Notice where your eyes want to go. Notice how fun it is, the majesty of it, the beauty of it, the feeling you have. Okay, now you can see the graph on your screen. Notice the 4 quadrants. Again, just put your head straight forward and level and softly gaze at the quadrants. There's 4 of them there. They don't really mean anything. They're just going to help us to decipher. Again, let's go back to that favorite pet at that favorite time when you really felt it. Notice where your gaze wants to go to. And now that human, that person that you really loved non-romantically, you had a great feeling about. Some people have a hard time with that word, but you just had a really good feeling about them. You liked them. And notice where do my eyes want to drift or dart? And lastly, this place of beauty, your happy place on the planet Earth. And now notice where your eyes drift as you take yourself there to that happy place. Beautiful. Now, did you notice that there was a consistency of some kind, that you tended to drift into one of the quadrants? And how far over? Was it really high up in a corner, all the way up top, to the left, to the right? Where was it? This will help us to accelerate this exercise. You'll have to do less searching for your personal love direction. Okay, beautiful. Grab your pen. We are ready to fine-tune this. Now, one of the things I want you to recognize here is that this is almost like a bell graph. As you find yourself coming into the position, the feeling will build as my eye gets closer and closer to the exact correct position. And when I depart that exact correct position, it will also start to die off. This absolutely perfect love direction is found within a few millimeters. So it's very important to actually discover its exact location. You already know which quadrant you're in. If that part of it didn't work for you, you're saying, I don't know what quadrant I was in. And part of the time I was up here and part of the time I was over there. Go with the strongest one. Where did I have the strongest reaction? Just start there. If you could not tell where your eyes were moving, you're going to do all of your vision, which will take longer, but it will be well worth it in the end. For most of you, we'll go to your exact quadrant. As you can see here, there's a little matrix. Now, this love direction can be at any distance from you, at any particular trajectory. So let us begin. You go to the area that your eyes wanted to dart and go straight up, and then feel that feeling, whether it was the pet, the friend, the grandparent, the beautiful place. Let yourself feel it. And look at the tip of your pen. And now breathe. Feel the feeling. And move over a very minute amount. You can see it's only a minute amount. Stop and feel. Breathe. Let yourself feel that great feeling in your body, focusing on the pen, on a specific end. Just focus right on the end. And now move again, just a fraction of an inch. You need to move very, very minute amounts. If you move too fast, you're going to blow right through it. Feel that wonderful feeling. And now move again, just to maybe a 1/16 of an inch. Breathe. Feel the feeling. Feel it. Your eyes are focused on that end. Your head is straight forward. Only your eyes are moving. Breathe. Go back to that person, that pet, that beautiful spot. Another 1/16 of an inch. Breathe. Let your eyes be there. Keep your head forward. The only thing moving is your eye. The pet, the person, the beautiful place. If there's something else that maybe you use to represent all this, it's okay. And again, another 1/16 of an inch. Breathe. Notice if the feeling has increased or is decreasing. Is it building? And again, another 1/16 of an inch. The pet, the person, the place. Relaxed, allowing that wonderful feeling. And again, a 1/16 of an inch. Allowing it. Feeling that wonderful feeling. That person, place, or pet. And again, 1/16 of an inch, allowing it. Feeling that wonderful feeling. Breathe. Noticing if it's increasing or decreasing. And again, 1/16 of an inch. Allowing yourself to feel it. Again, another 1/16 of an inch. Feel it, the person or pet. Another 1/16 of an inch. The person or pet. Beautiful. Now we're about all the way over at the end of the quadrant. I want you noticed where it was, where the feeling kicked up. Wherever that is, go back to that position. And now what you're going to do is first come down towards the center. We're going again very slowly, find the exact position, and then we're going to begin moving at 1/16 of an inch down towards the nose, feeling that wonderful feeling, that love, that person, that pet, that place. And again, moving closer to your nose. Noticing, is it increasing or decreasing? It turns out there's an exact place and an exact depth. Notice how that feeling feels. And another 1/16 of an inch. Now, there was a particular part of the trajectory that you felt it. Go back to that. And now directly out from this trajectory, the distance from you, find the depth, 1/16 of an inch. Where is it that great feeling increases? Nice and slow. Allow yourself, focus in on that particular person, pet, place. Allow that feeling. Notice how your body's reacting. It's so fun when you really feel it in your body. Such a nice feeling. The endorphins start to flow. The sensation in your body, moving the tip of the edge of the pen, focused on it a little bit further. Noticing your reaction further. Allowing yourself to feel that feeling, that great feeling. Move it a little further. And further still. Beautiful. Now you know the exact place, wherever that is. Memorize that. Memorize that place. This is your love direction in space and time.
Awesome. Congratulations on that. That is yours to keep forever. Now you have a great idea of where in general your body accesses the sensation, the feeling, and the reality of what feels like love, a very, very beautiful high vibration. All right, so let's move on. You know those problems I asked you to write down in the beginning? Let's use them. So grab that piece of paper and look at the 2 or 3 problems that you wrote down. And I want you to choose one to use for the beginning here. And now that you know where this love direction is, grab that pen and put yourself right back in it. The place, the depth, the distance, all of that made it the most. And you might be so surprised that all of a sudden that feeling just flows back into your body. If you want to live there, we all do. So find that spot, put yourself back in, and notice the eye position, but also notice the feeling that comes up instantly. You want to be just as aware of that. That is the signal to your brain about how to feel. It gives the brain instructions about what to think, where to place this in your mind and your memories and in your consciousness. So make sure you are focused on both. All right, you're there? Now, if you will, while you're there, eyes looking at your pen in that exact position that brings the sensation up the most, bring to mind one of those problems. Now, I know it might be hard to do it, but bring into mind that problem or that person, almost like you're going to layer it right in to this space. Go ahead and let yourself think about it, that situation, that particular problem, and keep your eyes in your very particular love position. Make adjustments so that the sensation stays there, but let that problem flow in at the same time. And notice how you feel about that now. How are you feeling about that person or that situation in the moment? Breathe into it. Let yourself breathe. Let yourself fully consider that situation while your body is here in your particular love direction. Are you noticing that something is different about it now? What happens in your body? Do you feel exactly the same? Or is there a new solution there? Is there a new idea? Take a note of what changed about that problem. So right next to it on the paper, take a note about what's different. Is that a shock to you? You're surprised that you do feel differently when holding your eyes in that particular position and bringing in a problem that something strangely has changed? Interesting, right? All right, let's do it again. Bring yourself back into your love direction. You're starting to get familiar. You know where it is. Eventually, you're not going to need the pen. Put yourself there, breathe into it. Let it flood the body. Notice that sensation. Notice if it's getting bigger for you. And bring in the next problem or the next person. Just let it be right here in your consciousness. Staying in that position. Let it be fully there. The problem, the person, the whole situation. You're not trying to feel better about it. You're just letting it be here in your neurological pattern that happens to be your love direction. Breathe into it and let it be there. Notice how your body is feeling about this and where's your mind going on this problem or person. Noticing that the body is going to drive the signal that tells your brain how to think about this thing. Let it do what it's doing. It's an automated response at this point. Notice what's different. Are there solutions here? Do you see the situation from a different perspective while you're in this feeling? Good. Go ahead and drop it down and take another note about what was different there. Notice if you had some different ideas about it. It's very interesting, isn't it? what changes with just eye position and feeling on a very specific topic. All right, you ready? Let's go again. So you can do this all day long with problems, but for now, let's switch gears just a tiny bit. Remember, I asked you to write something down that you wanted to create or manifest. Something new. Could be about relationships or jobs or money, anything that you want to create something positive in your future. Ready? Move right back into that love direction. Make sure you're at the right distance. Noodle around with it a little if you have to. Get to the place where your body just lights right up. And you know, it's always interesting. You can almost feel your eyes light up because they do. Right in that love direction, that spot where neurologically you're at that 500, that compassion, that love or above. Now, bring in that thing that you want to create. Bring it to mind and body, that thing you want to manifest. Do, know, have, or be next. And notice what happens. Let yourself be there in it. Letting your body light up the way it does in this neural pattern and bring in that thing that is going to feel great in your future. Notice if it sort of feels like now. Make sure you breathe here. Breathe into it. I want to signal that system that this is a real good thing. Really great. Okay. Bring down your pen. You can even let your head rest and your eyes rest for a minute. Good. Now, I want to just take a quick break and I want to do what we call mapping in. We want to let your whole nervous system take a look at this new neural pathway. It's a way to kind of seal it in. So that same pen, or if you happen to have a Cogno ball, and you're just going to drop it down to your waist and just simply move it to the left and move it to the right. You're keeping your head straight and level, just letting your eyes move left and right. Now up one tick, know about the rib cage now, and up one tick, low chest level, left and right, eyes on your pen or the ball. Up one tick, coming to your chin, letting your eyes follow the ball. We're moving hemispheres of the brain. Up one tick, about eye level now. Beautiful. Up one tick at forehead. Gorgeous. Up one tick above your head, chin down, eyes up. And just breathe here. Breathe. Beautiful. Let your pen or your ball come down. Now, just one more time for fun and good measure. Bring yourself right back into that place. You know where it is now. Try it without the pen to start. And bring it in. Get yourself right in the right space. Breathe. Notice how quickly, if it's coming faster now, that love feeling just flows into your body. Notice your eyes light up. And just for fun, bring in that thing you want to create one more time. Let it flow in. And now that we let the whole system take a look, notice if there's a little uptick in your sensation or how quickly you can get there. All right, you guys, that is amazing and fun. And congratulations. You now have a way to change your life. In fact, you can use it in everyday life, right, Bill?
The important thing here is just what you said. Everyday life. How do I do that? What's a practical skill to do that? Well, whether it's business, family, romantic relationship, whatever, one of the things that happens is when you do this in your, let's say, for example, any relationship, everyone has what they call a mirror neuron. People begin to feel what you feel. So if you're entering into a business meeting, situate yourself so the person is in direct line with your love direction. That way it's no effort. As you're looking over there, you are looking through this direction at them. Guess what? This has profound neurological effects. You will come up with new solutions. You're going to seem like a genius to the other people around you because you figure out things. Neurons connect way faster. And also, they feel better when they're around you. This is going to make them feel much better about themselves and also have something so much more productive. If you're doing this with your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your son, your daughter, and you both know now where your position is, put yourselves there at the dinner table or breakfast table. You know where to sit now to have yourself be in the position to have a great relationship. Can you imagine if somebody is looking at you and feeling wonderful? How do you think things are going to go? If they are there and you're there, there's all kinds of possibilities. So this has profound implications if you know how to use it. Can you imagine world leaders, if they had all of the other people that they are working with and they were looking at things through this love, compassion, and inclusivity of all, what would happen?
Yeah, I mean, so many things are possible about this, and I'll share a real life story. I had a client who was homeschooling her children, and so many parents are homeschooling your children. And I'll tell you, it's not easy. But this particular mom had two twins. They were, the kids the same age, absolutely loved them. She was an older mom who'd waited a long time to have these babies. And she found herself really irritated at one of the children during the homeschool process. And it was really bothering her. She was more than irritated. She was angry and even a little hostile towards her boy. She had a girl and a boy. So we worked through the session, and it was interesting because there wasn't anything particular that she was angry at this boy about. Well, it occurred to me that this boy might have been sitting in not her love position, but the part of her brain and body that signaled anger. And we each have one of those as well. So I asked her, where does your son sit when you guys are doing homeschool? Well, one girl was on the left and one was on the right. Well, it turned out that for her particular anger position was exactly where that kid was sitting. So the whole time he's just right in the pathway of her body being irritated. When she looked the other way towards her daughter, she felt great. When she turned this way towards him, she felt annoyed. So I had her just move the boy to directly across from her, a more neutral place. And it changed everything. And then she knew to change the kids out as well. So to mix up where they were sitting. So her son had access to that love direction as well. So imagine if there's somebody in your life at work that just happens to sit in a place that annoys the heck out of you, how you're going to feel about that person. And is that feeling accurate? Or is it just something that is reinforced by where they are in your life? If you have somebody in your family that sits in a certain place at dinner, notice if they're irritating you and you change your position, your perspective on that dinner table, if the feeling changes. You guys, it's just so much easier than we've been led to believe about our thoughts and feelings and how quickly they can change and what's true and not true about a situation. This is where the idea of consciousness comes in around this subject. This is how you can change your consciousness or awareness. If you begin to realize that maybe your irritation towards someone isn't even real, that it just has something to do with your own neurological patterns, and that you can change them, you can literally change the reality of that situation. This is sometimes really hard for people to accept, but once you do, it's amazing that not everything your mind thinks is reality, that it may just be a part of the neurological pattern that your body has learned around that subject. This is how the fight or flight system in your body works. Your brain limbic system, how it feels about a situation, is based on what your limbic system feels is the level of threat. That's it. So in a moment where you're sitting in a place where someone irritates you, your body feels threat, and then your brain will decipher based on that sensation what to believe about it, how to think about it. Your brain literally deciphers your feelings. If the feeling in the first place is incorrect or a mistake, your brain can't do anything else but to make an incorrect assessment about that. So these set of tools, it starts to give you the ability to really decipher reality in your own life and essentially change reality, because you can change the way your whole system perceives a situation, and your perspective literally changes your reality. So you will now get to decide what a situation means. You get to decide how to change it instantly. And you get to decide how to change your perspective and therefore immediately have a greater awareness and a higher consciousness level. Your reality will literally be changed.
So imagine what you could do with this. Imagine if the 5 biggest problems in your life literally, poof, you no longer felt the way you did about them. Amazing thing about this is that it's now possible, and it's accessible through your body. When you go to this position and you feel that feeling, it puts you up at a very high level as far as your consciousness goes. If you notice, when you're in this position, you naturally start to feel compassion for those people you resented, or maybe you just have a neutral feeling. Forgiveness for those who, hurt you in the past. It becomes kind of not a thing anymore, because you're like, oh, whatever. You're not feeling it. I've even seen people use this position, and all of a sudden their worst enemy, they start laughing. They laugh and they go, oh my God, I love that person. I actually love them. So it is an amazing thing. And it's a window into a whole new reality that's closer to the universal truth. At this level, 500, 540 on the Dr. David Hawkins scale of levels of consciousness, amazing things happen. Synchronicities show up, coincidences, things that you've been thinking about start to happen very quickly. It's amazing when you find that almost time bending, reality changing to whatever your will is. At this level, things that you would think impossible now just, it just shows up. At this level, this is the level where people who maintain this level are classified in history as saints. This is their level. And with that, those type of things happen. The miraculous becomes commonplace, is what they say. This sounds very fanciful. It sounds ridiculous, but it will become real for you when it's real in your experience. And all you have to do is go back to the person, put your eyes in your particular love direction, and just notice what happens. How does your life go? You will become a magnet for the things that bring you joy. And you'll also become a repellent to those things that don't. You're going to find that the things just kind of fall away. They just don't enter your life anymore. The chaos, the conflict, all of those things just fall away. You may find yourself disinterested in the things that you used to be that were drama-based. At this level of consciousness and this feeling, which is your eye position, your feeling, how you get there, the judgments go away, the assumptions go away. You become a person who has choices, whereas they were before very hard to make because you were in fear. The fear is overwhelming, the anger, the resentment, all overwhelming. So what choice do I have? What choice do I have? With this level, all of a sudden, now choices are available. And if you look back in time in your life, the people that you might have considered really intelligent, they didn't have high levels of fear. They could make choices without fear. And you were like, oh my gosh, how do they do that? They're kind of incredible. That is now available to you to use, which brings me to a big point. You can imagine what this would do for the world if everybody now knew and experienced what you did. We have a responsibility here. This is a responsibility. We have to get this out to the world. Everyone needs this. We provided it for free. Give it to your friends. Imagine your loved ones if they just knew, I can get relief. I don't have to be afraid. I don't have to be worried. Imagine what you could do if you scale this out and we provide this to enough people out there in the world. What you're going to find is a new reality emerging, and it becomes easy. All of us, it was so hard in the past. I shouldn't be mad. I shouldn't be afraid. Guess what? They simply can do this, and now this new reality. People will start treating you better. They will start treating each other better. They will be inclusive of everyone in the whole thing. It will be good for all humanity. We need to get this out. Please copy the link, share it, post it, get it out there. Whatever way you can, be part of this movement to help people to have this.
Aren't you guys? Feel free to watch this again and again and practice. The better you get at it, the better the chances of you changing your reality faster and faster are. You want to have this in your back pocket to whip out at any moment of any time of the day. You want to be able to just move your eyes into position and shift your reality. So this is a tiny, tiny fraction of the overall body of work of the Cognomovement system. Cognomovement is a series of tools. It's like a whole tool chest of these kind of things that we showed you today, how to change your neurology, your physiology, to change reality. It's an amazing body of work, and we'd love for you to know more of these secrets, more of these tools for eradicating your unconscious and unwanted actions and reactions, for creating a new entire reality for yourself and for the people that you love now and the people you're going to love in the future after using this specific tool. So for more, to get started with our beginning program, which is called The Essentials, click the link below and start this new adventure immediately. Start now.